Imagine waking up every morning feeling off, tired, moody, bloated, struggling to lose weight no matter how hard you try. You are not alone. Millions of people across the world deal with symptoms like these every day, often without knowing why. Doctors run tests, hand out prescriptions, and sometimes send patients home with more questions than answers. But what if the root cause is not some mysterious illness or genetic flaw, but something far simpler, something we interact with every single day? What if it is not a lack of medication but an overload of modern living that is throwing our bodies out of balance? The truth is gaining momentum in both medical research and everyday conversations. A silent crisis is unfolding beneath the surface of daily life: hormonal imbalance. And the most powerful solution might not come from a pharmacy shelf, but from the produce aisle. Hormones are the body's chemical messengers. They control everything from mood and energy to metabolism, fertility, sleep, and even how we age. When they are balanced, the body runs smoothly like a well-tuned engine. But when they go haywire, the effects can ripple through every part of life. Women may experience irregular periods, painful cramps, acne, or infertility. Men may notice low energy, decreased muscle mass, or difficulty maintaining strength despite working out. Both genders can struggle with stubborn weight gain, brain fog, and emotional instability. These are not just random issues, they are signals. The body is speaking, and it is saying something is wrong. For decades, the default response has been to treat symptoms. Birth control pills regulate cycles. Antidepressants manage mood swings. Testosterone therapy boosts energy in men. While these tools have their place, they often act like bandages on a wound that keeps bleeding. They do not ask why the imbalance exists in the first place. Now, a growing wave of scientific evidence points to a surprising culprit: our diet. Not just any aspect of diet, but the very foundation of what we eat. The standard Western diet, loaded with processed foods, animal products, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats, appears to be one of the biggest disruptors of hormonal harmony. On the flip side, those who shift toward a whole food plant-based way of eating are reporting dramatic turnarounds: clearer skin, regular cycles, better moods, easier weight management, and renewed energy, without drugs or extreme measures. At the heart of this transformation lies a humble group of foods long misunderstood and unfairly demonized: plants. Specifically, foods like soy, lentils, beans, oats, flax seeds, broccoli, and leafy greens. These are not just sources of vitamins and fiber, they are active participants in hormone regulation. Take soy, for example. It contains natural compounds called phytoestrogens, which have sparked fear and confusion for years. Many believe that consuming soy will flood the body with estrogen, leading to feminization in men or increased cancer risk in women. But the reality is almost the opposite. Phytoestrogens are weak mimics of human estrogen. Instead of overwhelming the system, they gently modulate it. When estrogen levels are too high, these plant compounds occupy receptor sites, blocking the stronger, more potent forms of estrogen from exerting their full effect. When estrogen is too low, such as during menopause, they provide mild support, helping ease hot flashes and bone loss. This balancing act is not forced, it is intelligent, responsive, and built into the design of nature. Another key player in this story is fiber, the unsung hero of hormonal health. Found exclusively in plant foods, fiber performs a critical cleanup job inside the digestive tract. After the liver processes excess hormones, it sends them to the intestines for disposal. Without enough fiber, these hormones can be reabsorbed back into the bloodstream, creating a cycle of buildup and imbalance. Fiber acts like a sponge, binding to these discarded hormones and escorting them out of the body for good. Animal-based diets contain zero fiber, which means this elimination system gets clogged over time. In contrast, a diet rich in vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains keeps the gut moving and the hormones flowing where they should, out of the body, not recirculating. Then there is fat, specifically saturated fat, which dominates in meat, cheese, butter, and other animal products. High intake of saturated fat has been linked to lower levels of a crucial protein called sex hormone-binding globulin. This protein serves as a regulator, attaching to sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen and controlling how much of them are free and active in the bloodstream. When this protein is suppressed, hormone levels can spike unpredictably, increasing the risk of conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, prostate issues, and even certain cancers. Plant-based diets, naturally low in saturated fat and high in healthy unsaturated fats, help maintain optimal levels of this regulatory protein, allowing the body to manage its hormones more effectively. Weight also plays a major role. Excess body fat, especially around the abdomen, is not inert storage. It is metabolically active tissue that produces estrogen and promotes inflammation. Fat cells contain an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen, which can lead to lower male hormone levels in men and disrupted cycles in women. The typical calorie-dense, nutrient-poor Western diet makes weight gain easy and weight loss difficult. In contrast, whole plant foods are naturally lower in calories but higher in volume and nutrients, making it easier to achieve and maintain a healthy weight without constant hunger or deprivation. As pounds come off, hormone balance often follows. Perhaps one of the most overlooked aspects of this equation is what we are exposed to through animal products. Milk, even organic milk, comes from cows that are often pregnant, meaning their hormone levels are naturally elevated. These hormones, including estrogen, progesterone, and growth factors, end up in the milk and eventually in the consumer. While the amounts may seem small, the body is exquisitely sensitive to hormonal signals, and chronic exposure, even at low levels, can influence development, reproduction, and disease risk over time. There is growing concern about the early onset of puberty in children, rising rates of hormone-sensitive cancers, and declining sperm counts worldwide, all trends that parallel changes in diet and environmental exposures. Meanwhile, plant foods offer nourishment without this hidden hormonal load. The irony is thick. Many men avoid plant-based eating out of fear that it will make them weak or less masculine, clinging to steak and eggs as symbols of strength. Yet the data shows that carrying excess weight, fueled by animal fats and processed foods, is far more likely to suppress testosterone than eating tofu or lentils. Real strength comes from vitality, endurance, and metabolic health, all of which thrive on a clean, plant-powered foundation. Athletes across disciplines, from bodybuilders to marathon runners, are discovering that peak performance does not require animal products. In fact, many report faster recovery, reduced inflammation, and greater stamina when they switch to plants. This is not about extremism or perfection. It is about returning to a way of eating that aligns with human biology. Long before processed foods, fast food chains, and factory farming, humans survived and thrived on plants. Grains, seeds, roots, fruits, and leaves formed the backbone of traditional diets across cultures. Chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and hormonal disorders were rare. Today, populations that still follow plant-centered diets, such as those in Okinawa, the Mediterranean, or parts of rural Asia, enjoy longer lives, lower rates of disease, and remarkable resilience well into old age. Their secret is not a miracle supplement or cutting-edge drug. It is food, real, whole, unprocessed food grown from the earth. Changing your diet does not mean immediate perfection. It means starting with one meal, one ingredient, one choice at a time. Swapping cow's milk for oat or soy milk. Choosing brown rice instead of white. Adding a serving of beans to lunch. Eating more greens, fewer packaged snacks. These small shifts accumulate into profound changes over time. People report clearer skin within weeks, more stable moods within days, and improved digestion almost immediately. Periods become more predictable. Energy returns. Weight begins to normalize. The body, given the right tools, knows how to heal itself. Of course, diet is not the only factor. Stress, sleep, exercise, and environmental toxins all play roles in hormone health. But food is the most consistent and controllable lever we have. Unlike medications that come with side effects, or supplements that may not be regulated, food is medicine we consume 3 times a day. Every bite is an opportunity to either disrupt or support the delicate dance of hormones inside us. The movement toward plant-based eating is no longer niche. It is growing in homes, hospitals, schools, and fitness centers. Doctors trained in lifestyle medicine are prescribing food as treatment. Research institutions are publishing study after study confirming the benefits of plant-centric nutrition for hormonal balance, heart health, and cancer prevention. What was once dismissed as a fringe idea is now being validated by science, one clinical trial at a time. The message is clear: the body wants to be in balance. It fights for equilibrium every second of every day. But it cannot do so on a diet of artificial ingredients, excessive fat, and nutritional voids. It needs fiber. It needs antioxidants. It needs phytonutrients. It needs the gentle wisdom of plants. Healing does not always require complexity. Sometimes it simply means going back to real food, to simplicity, to the roots of what sustained humanity for thousands of years. The answer to hormonal chaos may not be found in a lab, but in a garden. If you made it this far, take a moment to think about what you've just learned, not from a guru, not from a trend, but from the quiet consistency of science and nature. This isn't about jumping on the latest diet bandwagon or chasing quick fixes. It's about remembering something deep within us, that our bodies were designed to heal, to balance, to thrive, when we give them what they truly need. So if you're struggling with fatigue, mood swings, weight that won't budge, or just a sense that your body is out of sync, don't ignore the signals. They're not random. They're not something to mask with pills or push through with caffeine. They're invitations to look deeper, to ask better questions, and to consider that the most powerful medicine might already be sitting in your kitchen. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's tired of feeling off but doesn't know where to start. Because real health doesn't come from perfection. It comes from awareness, small changes, and the courage to go back to what works. Not for hype. Not for profit. But for life. Thanks for watching.